YouTube fam, how y'all doing? It's your Uncle Tim. This is Uncle Tim Rants and Reviews, a channel where I rant and I review. I'm your host, Uncle Tim fam. It seems like another reset is coming. It looks like we are in a midst of a new world order. Things are changing. Things are happening. Things are moving behind the scenes. The World Organization is, bringing another mock trial of a cyber attack, whereas they're talking about they have to shut the whole power grid down, in order to see what happens. And this is just them, checking this out. This is a test. But I notice overseas power's been going out too. So what is that saying? A lot of people out there saying get walkie-talkies, get food, stock up. I'm sitting here thinking to myself, man, some of this stuff that I've been hearing, dude, it's not far-fetched. It's just like them was telling you about the lead paint, telling you that lead paint was dangerous. It was hazardous to your health. You remember how hard they were doing that, right? Lead paint holds out like radio waves and things like that. It's hard for certain radio waves to get through lead paint. Dude, so the thing is, they removed a lot of lead paint from homes. They were talking about it's for the safety of children. Hell, children need food. Why we just didn't get the kids food? So the lead paint took precedent, man. Remember as a kid, I don't know a lot of y'all, but I ate lead paint, lead chips. Me and my friend, shit, it was what it was. Ain't died, nobody fell out, ain't shit happened. But guess what now? There's so many things they're talking about. Oh, man, see, I think a lot of people are thinking with conspiracy theories and things like that. We can trust our government and things like that. Man, come on. You see what happened last time we trust motherfuckers? It didn't work out right, did it? I'm going to tell you something. We had a pandemic last time where they said something was so dangerous that it could be, we had to be vaxxed for it. And, they said they recommended us wearing dollar masks. So you telling me a dollar mask is going to hold out the most deadliest virus out there, right? Oh, it's not airborne. Then why are we wearing masks? Oh, paper currency is no good because, it holds germs. So does food. We're touching food at the supermarket. So you're telling me shit that don't make sense. Now you're telling me you would have to scrub the whole internet when you bring it down. They're finna change something. They're trying to get that new currency, that Bitcoin currency that Bill Gates created, that he got a patent on. He bought up all the farmland in certain states. But you remember it supposed to have been like a super volcano that supposed to explode, erupt under the water, right? And it supposed to flood just about every damn near state, damn near. And they got a map of what states are not affected. And if you overlay that with all the farmland that he bought, it's in all of those states that weren't affected. You think this shit is just coincidence? No, it's not coincidence. Dude, they've been planning this shit for a long time. They still trying to insert those RF chips in us, man. They still trying to make it where they do away with paper money. Because, see, if you do away with paper money, you can stop or track my activity. Think about it. With electric cars, man, guess what? If the power grid goes down, the car's a paperweight. I recommend people have generators and things like that if you own homes. A generator, a supply of food, because I don't know what's about to happen, man. I'm seeing shit that's happening. And it looks like coincidence, but see, in real life, there's not a real such thing as coincidence. When shit happen like that, you need to be paying it attention. See, they tell you it's one thing and it's a total another thing because, see, you can't trust these people. These people, during the pandemic, the politicians made millions. And all the stuff they told us not to do, they were doing. And see, that's hypocritical like a motherfucker. You know what? They're trying to see how much they can get away with. See, we don't protest important shit. We protest shit that, you wrong for. We don't protest the shit that, like, Man, this should be a good idea to protest. Rent control, food, and all of that stuff, man. To be honest, dude, I wouldn't be surprised because there's a lot of human DNA found in a lot of food that we eat, bro. People like, oh man, people be losing their arms and hands, maybe sweat. Man, come on. Not that much, bro. You shouldn't be able to find human DNA in all this. I believe we're being liquidated, liquefied rather, and fed intravenously, into the food, man. I'm going to tell you something. Do you truly believe, and I'm just being honest, what damn animal on this planet that we can eat so much of and there's still a supply of it? Think about the chickens. Think about the cows. Dude, how much of beef are we eating? We haven't been eating beef in years. Certain places don't even sell beef. You get what I mean? They're trying to come up with this new synthetic meat. They're trying to come up with all kind of other meats that, are plant-based. Dude, you think I'm going to trust a damn billionaire with my health, my food, and every damn thing else? I've been talking to people about growing gardens and things like that. If you own a home or if you're in an apartment, if you could put a tray in the windowsill and just grow you some herbs or whatever. I'm not talking about marijuana or none of that nonsense because that ain't going to help you none. Shit, you want to be wide awake when you see shit happening, man. And I'm serious, man. I don't know what's coming. Because, see, right now, we're in the midst of something. They was talking about World War III. You see what's happening. The U.S. bombed over there. And see, what would really surprise us here if they bombed over here? What if they bombed over here? We're not used to fighting war on our soil. A war haven't been fought on our soil in a long ass time. Just imagine the fallout. People lose their damn mind because you're not used to that. Dude, and plus, they were talking about drafts and shit like that. Not the NBA, the NFL, or the MLB, not the hockey. Dude, I'm talking about the draft, the military draft, bro. They were talking about able-bodied people. They were talking about people from up to like 49. They were talking about highly educated people. If you got a degree or stuff like that, they snatching you up, bro. It's been a lot of talk. It's been a lot of stuff happening behind the scenes that people are not paying attention to. When I talk about this New World Order stuff, this NWO stuff, dude, you remember at one point in time, they removed anybody that was talking about this stuff. They removed any video that had anything to do with any of this stuff off of YouTube because they said it was propaganda, but was it? Why was it propaganda when people started speaking out? When I was talking at one point, because I got basically struck at one point in time because they were telling me I made a video about the pandemic, and I said one thing: the homeless are not vaxxed. They okay. So they're not wearing masks. What's going on here? Dude, if you notice, and I think a lot of y'all don't pay attention, they're telling you they're moving homeless encampments from places to places. Oh, we moved them from over there. Where did you move them to? Oh, well, we just told them they had to leave here. Oh, but you've seen people getting in vans and stuff like that. Where are they taking? In the black market, humans can go for a lot of money. We can go for $140,000 a piece. I'm talking about just in trafficking of organs and things like that. I'm not trying to scare you or anything. I'm just saying, if you notice, you really don't see that many homeless people anymore. And Chicago is one that has a lot of them. I used to see so many at one point in time, and I'm not saying them. This is why I'm saying pay attention. Because the stuff you think you know, you don't know. When you see drive-by shootings, and you be like, man, drive-by shootings happen in that area all the time. Black vans with military-type weapons. Who doing drive-bys like that? What the hell they getting these damn weapons for? Oh, no, them guns, them M16s cost $5 on the street. I'm sitting there thinking, like, are you stupid? Like, what the fuck you thinking? Dude, when you see stuff like this, you need to be paying it attention. Dude, when stuff don't seem right, it's not right. If you see something and you be like, oh, I don't know about that because I don't know about that. I look at a lot of this stuff and I tell people, pay attention. You know, dude, I'm just being honest, man. I don't know what's about to happen, but I noticed they're changing the infrastructure. They're fortifying certain places, man. You got abandoned Walmarts and abandoned McDonald's in certain places, and I'm trying to figure why is an abandoned McDonald's in the middle of nowhere? Why is an abandoned Walmart, a Target, in the middle of nowhere? What is going on? Because those are not what you think those are. I'm being honest to you, man. Those are not what you think they are. And when you see what's happening in LA and you think all of that is for the people who are protesting immigration and migration and migrants and things like that, that ain't what they're preparing for. They got all those tanks and all that other damn stuff. National Guard. The police could actually handle this situation. They got all this shit. It should be telling you something. But see, a lot of people are not looking at that. They're not looking at the picture the way they should be. This picture is dangerous, man. We've been sitting here wondering, why are they holding like the naturalization ceremony at Midway Airport? It was held at Midway Airport today. For the people who became U.S. citizens now, after going the right path through citizenship and all of that stuff, filling out the paperwork and, why was it held at Midway? These are questions you should be asking yourself. Why are they fortifying the borders? Why did they dump alligators into the Rio Grande? What is going on? These are questions you should be asking your damn self. They're not playing anymore. What they're about to do is going to be some real shit. And I'm going to be honest, man. I don't know what part of this or what side I want to be on the side of any of this, man, because right now it's looking ridiculous. The prices of food is going up. Airfare. This is something that should really get you. Airfare has went up so damn high. Who's going to be able to afford it at this point in time? It's only going to be for the rich. This is what the real ID is for. It's for tracking. It's a tracking chip on the damn thing. It says it. So I'm sitting here thinking to myself, is everybody thinking? They're using facial recognition for a lot of stuff. It's at airports. Why the hell do I need the real ID for? You got facial rec. What are we doing? You see what I'm talking about here? There's a lot of shit that, they don't want to talk to you about. There's a lot of things that if you really looked at them at face value, they don't make no damn sense whatsoever. Man, you need to see and pay attention. Because all these pieces that you see are happening, a reset is coming. When you see those world wars, think about it. World War I, there was a reset that happened during then. World War II, there was another reset that happened then. And if we have World War III, there's going to be another reset. And dude, we're not in the right time that we're supposed to be in. 200 years is missing. And we jump time so damn quick. Time is zooming by. We're in June. It's about to be July. This year has passed by so damn fast. These are questions that you should be asking. Why is time moving so fast? The day don't add up anymore. The shit is not happening. Even in the summer, it's not staying light as long as it's supposed to, bro. What is really going on? Because they fooling with time. And you think they're not. You think this government, man, they got masks, they got on all type of shit that you wouldn't even know. These people are pretending to be other people. It's real out here, man. These are things that we should be paying attention to. These are things that we should be looking at as humans. Because they put all of that stuff into our bodies, all of this toxic nonsense, metal and all that shit. It's stopping your immune system. Dude, there are people in this world who are not vaccinated. And dude, that system is so strong. It's a 7-day detox that you can do, whereas you don't eat for 7 days and your body will reboot. Wait, not seven. I think it's like 36 or 40, 48 hours or something like that. It's, it's like, or 72. It's something like that. But your body reboots itself. Cells start growing, things start changing. Your body right now, and the reason why we all so sick now and all of these cancers and tumors are popping up, why all of a sudden now? After everybody done took all of that mess, everybody getting sick now. A lot of people died from that mess, that vax, and they saying that they didn't. Dude, come to find out there's proof that people passed away from that. I know a lot of people who had allergic reactions to this shit. Dude, it's crazy how it works. It's crazy how they treat you. It's funny that the medical professionals didn't want to take it. It's crazy how the cops didn't want to take it because, for one, the shit ain't what they say it is. Dude, why all of a sudden it's over now? Shouldn't it still be where it's at? You crazy. I know people who were vaxxed fully and had, that virus like 6, 7 times? So come on, make it make sense. Dude, I'm not trying to tell you what to believe. I'm not trying to tell you what to do. I'm just saying, shit ain't adding up. And if we're about to have a cyber attack, that they will have to shut the whole grid down. What type of cyber attack is that? You got to shut the whole grid down, right? But wouldn't the malware and every damn thing else, spyware, wouldn't it still be on the system? Oh, we got to scrub the whole system. No, you don't. You finna change the system. And this is what we need to start understanding. They finna bring that new currency into system. That whatever, that digital Bitcoin stuff, the downloadable stuff. We have so much of stuff in our system. We are like antennas right now. Dude, it's crazy. It's crazy how that works. It's crazy that we are tracked every day of our lives and don't know it. Our TVs have people watching us on the other side. Our TVs have cameras. Our phone pays attention. It records. It takes videos. It takes pictures. Dude, all this shit on a sneak tip. They slick. Siri do not answer unless, the video, your camera is available. If I put my hand over the camera and said Siri, she wouldn't answer. But without my hand being on there, she will answer. Dude, that's messed up. It's letting you know they're watching you. They're paying attention. Dude, nothing good could come from these people. We learned that the hard way. Everybody done learned that one over a period of time. But to later, fam, thank you for watching. Peace out.